Okay, so we got this beauty today. The keyboard is a mess, and I don't know if it works, so we're going to plug it in together. Missing the handles. The nice thing, though, that I noticed is it still has the latch on each side, along with the screw, so, you know, as silly as it may sound, that's actually a plus. So let's plug this in and see what we've got to work with here. Alright, I hear humming coming with the sound. Chances are the SID might be okay. We'll see. And no surprise, I get a blank screen. So, alright. Just out of curiosity, put a dead test cartridge in here. No, still get a blank screen. Alright, typically that's PLA is the first thing we're going to look at. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. Okay, let's get the camera moved in a little bit here. Side looks pretty clean. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is tackle this PLA chip here. Let's see about testing this guy. Okay. There we go. It's a MOS chip, so, you know, usually that's already got their time numbered. Their life is a short life for most of these MOS chips. I've already got this tester already set up for PLA, so yeah, there you go. Pretty bad. So no surprise. Okay, so we're gonna replace this guy. Get a PLA here. Okay, let's go and test this one before we put it in. I should probably put in aftermarket PLA chips in these things, but okay, so that's a good PLA. Okay, make sure that pin 1 is towards the front. Make sure all the pins are seated properly. Alright, so let's see what we've got now. Let's turn this guy on. And hopefully it's just a PLA and this will be a short video. Alright. Otherwise, we're probably looking at RAM next. And we still have to test the floppy drive. Okay. Well, there it is. is the PLA. Now, let's turn down the volume here. Let's see how bad the SID chip sounds now. Okay, that's not too bad. The last set of background voices, however you want to call it, are a little dim. So I'm sure the chip isn't 100%, but it's good enough to stay in there. The 3 voices are good. You can hear just a little tiny click between them as it's switching, but it's not a $40 replacement for me. So I'm going to leave the SID chip in there and call this good. Okay. I mean, for what it is, it doesn't have the handle. I'll show you the keyboard when I give you the summary. I mean, the keyboard's missing some keys and needs to be. So anyways, if that SID chip drives me insane with the low volume on the last 3 waveforms, then I'll swap it for an ARM SID. But for now, I think we're good. So here's something that's interesting, though, that I noticed. Something to keep in mind. I shouldn't have taken the bottom 2 screws out of the back case here. So here's the interesting thing. I'm going to take this camera off of here. You see the board here? You see the serial number? GA 1028447. It's the same thing here. 1028447. Typically, I've got at least a couple of dozen of these machines. For the most part, I haven't looked at all of them, but the last dozen or so that I fixed, I've, for some odd reason, taken a look at them because I had to replace one of these cards. And the interesting thing is they typically match the serial number. And where's the serial number here? Here, that's not the serial number. There's a different serial number on the computer. So I don't know, for what it's worth, you know, if maybe they had swapped out the power supply out of these things, because the drive, the FTD card, you know, and the main board, they both match. So as far as serial numbers go, you see, and same with the you see the IO board also has the same serial number, but the back is different. So anyways, something of note when you're fixing these things, if you've got the cover open, you may want to check out the cards. A lot of times you'll be able to tell if one of the cards was swapped out because the serial number won't match. So yeah, like I said, for what it's worth. Let me get a keyboard here. Okay, I have a cartridge here. It has the drive diagnostics on it. Turn down the volume here. Okay, so that's a good sign. And let's see if we can just load up a directory off of here. And maybe we can do that. I'm gonna call this good for the sake of this video. Yeah. Doesn't sound too healthy. It's taken a long time to pull up this directory as well, so I'm thinking the head probably needs cleaning. So let's do it one more time. Yeah. So it just sounds like the rails need a little bit of lubrication. Maybe the head needs a little bit of cleaning. Let's do that now. Let's see what happens. And we'll put a different disc in as well, just in case. Trying to get in here. There we go. Okay. I'll pop a disc in here. Do this one more time. Yeah, it's better. Much better. There we go. So now this thing's loading up a lot better, a lot faster. Look at that. We can do an alignment check. We don't care about that third column, so we ignore all the third column values, but you see all the hundreds in there, so this is great. I think this is good to go. Alright, everything checks out. Look at that, it loads up really quick now with all the excess noise now that we've lubricated the rails and cleaned the head there. Alright, so we can put this thing back together, and yeah, we'll come back in a second and I'll give you a quick summary. Alright, so stay tuned. So, that was an easy one. We'll have to fix this. This is the keyboard that came with it. It's a dirty mess. But for the sake of this video, it was just, you know, figuring out, well, fixing the computer itself. It's missing a key. All the keys are dirty. I haven't tested it, you know, so I'm sure it obviously needs cleaning. I don't know how the membrane is doing inside. I usually clean the membrane since I have to take the keys out anyways. The membrane is either going to get cleaned or replaced, and that way the keyboard will work very nicely. So we got that. It came with the original keyboard cable, which is also a huge plus. So anyways, to sum it up, typical blank screen. It was the PLA. You saw how fast and how easy it is to fix that. And as far as the drive is concerned, it just needed the head cleaned and a little bit of lubrication on the rails, and everything worked as normal. So I just have to find myself a set of handles here, and then we're off to the races, you know, and obviously take care of the keyboard. All right, well, I hope you got something out of this, even though it's short and sweet. So, you know, like I always say, you only live once, enjoy life, live today like it's your last. Peace out.